Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good.
Cardio is one of those types of workouts that it seems like everybody always tries to avoid, like as if it was the plague. It's true that you don't necessarily have to kill yourself with endless, mindless hours of doing cardio just to get lean and fit. And if you're following an influencer that's saying that that's what you're supposed to do, I would highly suggest that you unfollow him or her immediately. In fact, I get some of my best cardio workouts in as little as 20 to 30 minutes. And if I'm doing something like a Tabata workout, sometimes I even spend more time with my warm-ups and active stretches than I did with the workout itself. And just in case if you didn't know what a Tabata is, it's something like 8 rounds of extremely high intensity, maximum effort sprints lasting about 20 seconds where you give yourself a really short rest, like 10 seconds. It's probably because I'm always looking up things that are related to health and nutrition, dieting, weight loss on Google that I always get fitness related ads when I'm trying to watch a video on YouTube, particularly one with this guy who talks really fast and says that if you're doing cardio, you're not going to be losing fat. Question is that correct? Welcome to the Workout Nerd Out. I'm Julio Lopez. I'm a certified strength and conditioning specialist, a certified personal trainer with over 8 years of experience in personal training. Also, I've got my master's degree in nutrition. First thing you need to consider are the type of fat that you're trying to burn. The guy in the YouTube ad is mostly talking about fat loss for aesthetics, hence the reason why he's always shirtless, and whenever he's got other people on it, they're usually really lean, fit models. The type of fat that he's targeting is called subcutaneous fat. That's the type of fat that really lays right underneath the skin layer. In general, it's not really the most harmful, but a lot of people just don't find it aesthetically appealing, so they would rather lose it instead of continuing on with it. Examples of this is like the arm fat, back fat, muffin top, and so on. But the type of fat that everybody needs to be concerned about is called visceral fat. This is a type of fat that really scares doctors and medical professionals in general. It accumulates around the internal organs in the abdominal region, and excessive amounts of visceral fat have been found to be linked to a number of health hazards, including an increased risk of type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, insulin resistance, and even cognitive decline. One of the most effective ways to get rid of visceral fat is through doing cardio. The first benefit of doing cardio is increased energy expenditure. Whether you're talking about visceral fat or subcutaneous fat, fat is basically stored energy. Each day, your body burns a certain amount of calories, and that is different from person to person based on the person's age, gender, weight, height, activity level, and so on, and affected by factors like stress and sleep, among other things. When you're consuming more calories than you're burning, those excess calories basically just get stored as fat. Whether those excess calories get stored as subcutaneous fat or visceral fat are based on a person's age, gender, fitness levels, genetics, and other reasons. Nevertheless, you have to remember that fat is stored energy. And to get rid of stored energy is to use up that stored energy, as well as essentially training your body to becoming more effective, more efficient in burning off that fat for the body to be using it as its energy. Just an FYI, I'm probably going to be talking about high intensity interval training or HIIT. Basically, this is like the Tabata that I mentioned earlier, where it's short, high intensity bouts of exercise followed by a short rest. The metabolic rate is basically how efficient your body is at burning off calories. The slower the metabolism, the more likely it is for you to be gaining weight. The International Journal of Sports Nutrition and Exercise Metabolism published a study in 2012 suggesting that high-intensity interval training led to an increase in metabolic rate in healthy adults. This means that fat is able to be burned off at a higher rate, just so the body could recover after the workout. Few people are aware of this. Cardio, not just weight training, can help in building muscle mass. The Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research published a study in 2014 looking at high-intensity interval training. And researchers found that this form of cardio actually led to an increase in lean muscle mass and a decrease in fat mass in overweight adults. Since muscle mass is more metabolically demanding than fat mass, this means more calories can be burned. Did you know that most fat is actually burned after the workout than during the workout itself? High-intensity interval training, or HIIT, is highly effective in increasing post-exercise energy expenditure, which is the body continuing to burn calories after the workout has ended. A 2018 study published in the Journal of Obesity suggests that HIIT produce a higher post-exercise energy expenditure than steady-state cardiovascular exercise in obese women. The second benefit of doing cardio is reduced inflammation. Only in recent years has inflammation been garnering the respect that it deserved. Chronic inflammation has been linked to a variety of health conditions, including an increased risk of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. Partaking in cardiovascular exercise is one of the most effective ways for a person to reduce inflammation, thus reducing the risk of the aforementioned chronic health conditions. Do you know what are cytokines? In a nutshell, they're signaling molecules that can trigger inflammation in the body. A study published in 2012 in the journal Brain Behavior and Immunity suggests that as little as one moderate intensity exercise may lead to a decrease in cytokine production in healthy adults. Were you aware that body fat can produce cytokines, thus an increased contribution to inflammation? The journal Obesity Reviews published a study in 2014 suggesting that regular exercise reduced fat tissue inflammation in obese individuals. The key to this is that you have to exercise consistently. It's not just a one-off thing. The gut microbiome consists of trillions of tiny bacteria in the digestive tract, and it plays an important role in regulating immune function and inflammation in the body. The journal Frontiers in Immunology printed a study in 2019 where researchers found that regular exercise led to improvements in the gut microbiome and reduced inflammation in healthy adults. As long as your workouts are moderately challenging and on a consistent basis, say about 2, 3, or 4 times a week, it can make a giant impact in reducing the inflammation in your body. The third benefit of doing cardio is reduced insulin resistance. In 2017, the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, published a report suggesting that over 100 million Americans have diabetes or they're pre-diabetic. This is close to a third of the entire American population. More concerning is a December 2022 report predicting that type 2 diabetes in individuals under age 20 is trending towards a 700% increase by 2060. In case you didn't know, insulin resistance is where your cells become less responsive to insulin, which may lead to higher blood sugar levels and an increased risk of type 2 diabetes. One way to reduce insulin resistance is through doing cardio. By increasing the body's glucose uptake, this can improve insulin sensitivity. A study published in the Journal of Applied Physiology in 2012 found that moderate intensity aerobic exercise increased glucose uptake in overweight and obese individuals. You want to aim for somewhere around 20 to 30 minutes of cardio, just hard enough where you're at least getting a good sweat going. When muscles are lacking the ability to transport glucose from the bloodstream into the cell, this may be a sign of insulin resistance. A 2017 study published in the Journal of Sports Medicine and Physical Fitness suggests that HIIT improved muscle glucose transport, and insulin sensitivity in overweight and obese individuals. The improved muscle glucose transport can improve performance in weight training, thus getting you better results and possibly even increasing muscle mass. When inflammation is serious enough, this may lead to insulin resistance. The researchers from a 2019 study published in the Journal of Diabetes Research found that aerobic exercise reduced inflammation and improved insulin sensitivity in overweight and obese individuals that already have type 2 diabetes. It's likely that adding a healthy diet to the increased exercise may produce better results. In conclusion, the best thing about cardio is that it can come in a wide variety of forms. You could either run on a treadmill at home or at the gym. You could run down the beach. You could run around the block. You could run through a hiking trail and get some beautiful scenic views. And if running isn't your thing, you can try rowing, swimming, boxing, whatever it is that appeals to you and gets your heart rate pumping. Additionally, when you don't have a whole lot of time to work out, you could always try those HIIT high intensity exercise workouts that can last somewhere between 5 to 15 minutes. Or if you prefer to use your cardio workouts to clear out your mind, doing a steady state workout is really good as well. Whichever form of cardio you like, it can help reduce the dangerous visceral fat, inflammation, and insulin resistance. That does it for today's workout. Nerd out. I hope you liked it. If you got any questions, feel free to leave one in the comment section, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Until next time, I'll see you on the next Workout Nerd Out.